Hi everybody, I'm JP Leberton, project lead of Spacebase DF-9 at Double Fine.
I'm Matt Franklin, also at Double Fine, lead programmer on Spacebase.
And welcome to our video for Alpha 3. The rain in space falls mainly on the base. First, a little bit about that title. We've been listening, you folks have been giving us a bunch of great feedback on the forums, and we were listening to like what do people really want. And definitely one thing that we've just been unequivocally hearing from all comers is more My Fair Lady references. And so that's what this title is really all about. We're really just giving you what you want. But we were also just saying like, okay, well, yeah, what actually sums up this update? We've got meteor strikes, we've got fitness zones, we've got claiming and unclaiming rooms. It's sort of a grab bag, you know. We didn't have, we didn't do like a single big ticket thing. It was more about a bunch of little improvements. But yeah, I think we managed to get a lot done. So meteor showers. One of the things about meteor showers is that you don't know when they're going to happen. They're much like other random events like immigration and derelicts showing up. So. If one happens while we're recording here, then we'll stop and talk about that. Otherwise, we might use some fast-forwarding editing magic later to fast-forward with that and just see what happens, because there's some other stuff. But yeah, so we've got a little base here. We're not using Jake base for this video. Yeah, one thing that you'll notice in this holiday update, I almost feel bad kind of giving this away, but yeah, you will notice something new in the gardens. Growing in your gardens, and it is actually specific to the holiday time of year, at least in the northern hemisphere. So you'll get a little holiday treat that way. And yeah, the other bit of content, some sweet visual content that our artist Jeremy Mitchell did, is a workout zone. Let me turn cutaway mode off here. So this is a zone. This is a fitness zone that you can build. And you can build these weight benches in it, and that workout behavior that you've seen people doing, you know, and sometimes maybe you've seen some jerk doing push-ups in an airlock. Well, now you can build a room where they can take that stuff, and this gal here is playing video games in the workout zone, which I think is pretty strictly not allowed, you know. But I don't know, maybe people are giving her dirty looks. But yeah, people will go here and they'll do push-ups and lift weights, and you know, we got a cool barbell like lift. Okay, yeah, they're doing sit-ups. And we've got like a lifting barbells animation that's real sweet, you know. They'll like pump the little mini weights, and then they'll get, okay, yeah, they're sort of blocked and facing away from
People
us.
couldn't see your flexing on the stream, but
yeah,
you were
I'm flexing the whole time.
Yeah.
I really got into this update. And people are just pumping iron here on the weight things. So the whole lift, like working out thing as a leisure activity, works much as it did in Alpha 2. So this is a behavior that people were capable of it before, but we just decided to expand on it a little because it was pretty easy to do.
I believe it's more rewarding now in the workout zone.
Yes, yeah, and the lift weight activity gives them more, fulfills their need for that more. So yeah, it does actually help your people. Fitness doesn't matter a whole lot at the moment. We didn't really have time to make fitness like as part of this, make you more. But there's a lot of things we could do with it very cheaply in the future, like make it give you more stamina for working or just anything. So we'll be looking to do something about that before too long.
A quick note, just while we're looking at it, the cutaway mode has changed slightly.
Oh yes,
I think most people spend most of the time in cutaway mode because it's really helpful. But now it leaves the back wall on, assuming the back wall isn't obstructing anything, so you get to see a little bit more of the visuals, especially if you've been decorating your base with decorations, pizza signs, whatever. It's a little nicer now that a lot of those walls will stick around. Yeah,
totally. And cutaway mode, by the way, if for new players, you can, this button down in the bottom right here, you can click to toggle that. And yeah, it looks nicer. You get to see the walls behind it. That's our little holiday Easter egg here with people bringing in stuff, and we've got a fridge full of candy canes. This base isn't like a masterful, huge thing, but it's up and running, and we've got some beds here, and it's growing pretty well.
There's also
okay, this seems like just normal immigrants, so I'm going to dismiss them.
There's also the people a while ago figured out the sort of hack of having a refinery or something out in space without walls, so that the miners can get to it faster, use it faster. It's less hazardous if it blows up, that sort of thing. But technicians weren't able to repair it until now, so that's just a small fix we've added. But it's a cool little hack to let your miners work faster, and now you don't have to destroy it and rebuild another one just to get his condition back up. Technicians will go out and spacewalk and fix that guy up.
Yep. Yeah, so so we've got a derelict over here, and let's use it to show off another feature that's new with Alpha 3. Yeah, I think we've got, how many people have we got on security duty here? We've got 3. Okay, cool. So let's actually let's send 2 of our security folks over to that. And yeah, because so yeah, like there's been this problem in previous versions of the game where you'll send some people out to a derelict and they'll discover it, but then then everything on that derelict once discovered is basically yours. But you know, sometimes that leads to bad stuff, like technicians people deciding that they're going to do work in this new space, and you know, particularly when the travel time is really significant, like this. You know, it'll just kind of foul up like the well-oiled machine that your base might have been before you discovered those rooms. So Matt added a concept of claiming and unclaiming rooms, and as soon as our security people are
probably
up and at 'em, yeah, I think we yeah, it's probably nighttime here. Okay, yeah, maybe as soon as she's done.
Well,
eating.
she's gonna wait until a second security.
Yeah, okay, all right, and okay, yeah. Well, this guy will come awake. Let's speed up time here a little bit, and this guy should be awake before too long. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna come out there. Yeah, Matt, did you fix that that making people go home sooner if they're running out of oxygen?
Yeah,
okay,
that's in
awesome.
now.
So yeah, that's another thing that I remember people on the forums and stuff were asking for. Like when somebody's out in space, they will head back inside when they start running out of spacesuit oxygen, but sometimes they didn't allot enough time, and then they would die, you know, within sight of the airlock or something, and that's really sad. So yeah, Matt, like you're checking the distance basically, right?
Right. So
yeah.
if you send miners far off and they're mining some rocks, they will no longer wait until they're basically dead to try to come back to the base and then suffocate.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's another just important AI improvement type thing. Okay, so yeah, where are our security people again? That guy's working out. Not to brag, but I can basically lift this much weight until I get bored.
Are you able to see anything in the stats panel regarding what are you? Oh
yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that I added. People now have different affinities for different leisure activities. So you'll see like, this person's favorite activity is working out. Let's check up on our security guy here. Okay, his favorite hobby is actually gaming, but but he still likes to pump some iron. Yeah, he's doing the sweet old barbell lift animation. So yeah, and people have affinities for different activities now, and it doesn't. They'll still do a mix of these different activities, but they'll talk about them in conversation, the way that they would talk about, preferred foods or bands or, people that they like or dislike. Yeah, getting some of that. Also, the fact that he's doing it in his Hawaiian shirt is just pretty sweet. Okay, so you'll have a beacon out here. Why aren't y'all doing that? Chatting. Okay.
They're not liking that beacon. You could try another derelict for now, and we can come back to that derelict.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
One of the new ones.
I wanted it to be. Yeah. It is one of the newer ones. So maybe there's something messed up about that. Game development. Yeah. Let's say just go here. Also, I have my magical advanced knowledge, and I know that like that one's probably gonna have bad people on it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, they go right out then.
We'll have to check out that other derelict.
Okay, yeah.
And you've only sent one guy out to this.
Yeah. So actually, maybe I should. Get a second out there. Requesting backup. Yeah. So, and we're also really low on matter. So I should. I was having somebody starving earlier because I didn't have any. I hadn't yet, teched up to having food production, and I was like, why isn't this person eating at the food replicator? Yeah, I should probably add a hint for that, shouldn't I? Like, people can't use your food replicators because you're out of matter.
Right, the food replicator takes 1 matter per, so it almost never comes into play, but
yeah.
Occasionally when you're at 0, your people will start starving.
Yeah, so that's rough.
I think this person's friend is about to head over.
Yeah. Sorry about the hyperactive zoom. I'm using 2-Player Productions sweet Apple mouse, and I don't have the magic touch for how to wheel in and out properly. All right, so we're gonna get some more matter coming in, right in time for this guy to eat a protein bar and get the last of it. Although now we're cooking meals.
You can eat plants,
as you might have seen in the Alpha 2 update video. Okay, so these guys are gonna go in. This derelict might not be a new one. I did add a few new derelict layouts, one of which apparently has a problem with it. And so yeah, now as these people go in, you're gonna start seeing airlock cycling. Yeah, so these new icons appear in rooms that signify that they are unclaimed. And when a room is unclaimed, then that means that you don't actually own it yet, and so you can't...
space debris.
What's that?
Space debris.
Oh, yes, okay. All right, so yeah, we're going to look away from that. Actually, yeah, I mean, I can... So just to finish demoing this feature, we've paused time here, up here, because a meteor shower is about to happen. But before we get to that, I just want to finish demoing this. So yeah, like now room inspectors have a little... they have a thing here where you can claim it, and then that makes that flag go away, at which point you can rezone it or do anything else with it. So technicians and other people who do work in rooms will only go and do work in these things once you've claimed them. So that gives players who want to explore derelicts and maybe get some of the resources or the people from them a way to say, like, no, I don't want to bother with this. I'm just going to let this derelict float out in space or whatever. I don't want to worry about it as part of my own base. So yeah, that's our fix for that.
Yeah, it's not just maintenance. They won't go try to use the bar. They won't go work out in an unclaimed derelict.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Won't do any of that stuff.
Yeah, because then you would get people like crossing long distances in order to do things, and yeah. So
there's also dim visibility and even hidden. So your ERs will hang out here as long as you've got your beacon there. Once you take the beacon away, your security will go back to base. After a little bit of time of not seeing a room, it'll go dim. Yeah. And then after even longer, it'll be completely hidden again. So that's just, if you want to be able to claim it, you'll need to send someone back over there, because you can't claim something that you can't see.
Yep. Yeah. So it's very much like the fog of war type concept in a game like StarCraft, where if you visited an area before, you can kind of see it, but then it'll grow dim if none of your units are there. And then, yeah, so, and that's like, I think people get that, and that's our way of representing, you've explored this, but something else could have changed there, or who knows what's happening there now. So yeah, as Matt pointed out, we've got an alert here, space debris incoming, take cover. And oh, this is a bad one. So yeah, this is headed for, and this indicator here on the screen is showing where the meteor strike is going to happen. So yeah, we don't have that much time to prepare here. So one thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to lock the door into this. There's actually a prep step that I should have done while I was yakking, but maybe we can do this in the future and maybe just get a few of these built. Yeah, let's get the places where people congregate. Let's build some emergency alarm panels. I think we shipped these with Alpha 2 actually, but they didn't they didn't do that much. And so we upgraded them to be what they are now. So yes, this means that pretty soon here a meteor strike is going to come in, and it's going to wreak havoc on our base, and we're about to see that. Yeah, Jeremy did a good job with the effects art for the meteors. Oh, here they come. And then Matt added in like a sweet screen shake, making little kid mouth noises. And yeah, so these meteors, they're coming in and they're like hitting the roof of the base. This is starting a fire here, and all this sort of thing. And yeah, it's pretty rough actually. So yeah, that's why I locked that room to keep people out of it. But now we really need to, yeah, this is like a really bare bones base when everybody's eating. They're like, oh yeah, uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, okay, this person's like gonna go stomp out the fire. So, so yeah, hopefully this does not screw us over too badly here. But yeah, we've got a fire in the life support room, which is definitely a serious situation. Oh man, and I've completely this is not a well-oiled base compared to Jake base.
You want
oh crap,
fire extinguishers.
That's right, yeah. Cancel that. Yeah, we need to build a fire extinguisher. So this is, a pretty good example of of the kind of precautions that you're going to want to take, you know, when there's important stuff. Put another one on the wall here. And just, yeah, give people an ability to fight this fire, because it's pretty sad to see this guy stomping out fire. Yeah, all right, yeah, everybody's piling on, and our security people. Oh yeah, we added this run animation. It doesn't actually change their move speed, but it kind of shows, like, it was looking weird that people were just kind of walking calmly to, you know, while they were in combat and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so the things that I've slated for construction here are, let's see. Oh yeah, I don't have any builders, so that's a bit of a problem. All right, we'll just tell these folks to. So these emergency alarm panels are actually, oh, and I guess probably my security people are out here. Oh, I see, they're patrolling. Okay, so yeah, I should clear this beacon. Come on home, folks. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I've assigned those people to
So
builder
the
duty.
Meteor Strike, one thing, by the way, it's a little, it'll damage all your stuff quite a bit, and it'll start a lot of fires. It's a little bit kinder and gentler, I think, this month than it will be next month.
Yeah.
So, because we're still working a little bit on some pathfinding improvements. There are a lot in the build already, but we're working on more so that your characters intelligently route around breaches and so on. So right now, Meteor Strikes don't usually cause a hole in the base, but they'll cause breaches down the line. For now, it's just a lot of fire.
Yeah, it's fire and damage, you know, like people can actually, you know, yeah, actually, do they damage people?
Damages people and objects, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and the gameplay of these emergency alarm panels, I'm waiting for a builder to build one here. Come on in, folks. So the value of them is really that you can, I'll wait for one to get built. So yeah, these are kind of like fire extinguishers in that you want to build them in strategic locations where lots of people are milling around and stuff. And yeah, they will cause a room to evacuate, and pretty soon I will hopefully be able to test this out.
The slower way to do that, by the way, is you can unclaim a room, even one that you've built.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, right.
The issue with that is that unclaiming, people will still finish what they're doing. So if they're sleeping and you don't have an alarm in there and you unclaim it, it could be 5 hours later.
Yeah, it's not urgent. It's more like being in an unclaimed room for a citizen who's not security and investigating that area is just like, okay, you know, I shouldn't be here. You know, this isn't a place that is part of the base that I'm a citizen of. When are you guys gonna build these things?
Who are your builders?
Okay, she's chatting. Yeah.
She's so lonely. That's why she's chatting.
Yeah. Yep.
Very sad space.
Yeah, I haven't done a terribly good job with this. Okay, and she's gonna go eat a meal. So anyway, yeah, try it out for yourselves. You build these emergency alarm panels. They're relatively cheap, but you kind of want to build one because they work on a per room basis. So if I hit the alarm panel for this thing, you know, and everybody's asleep in their beds or something, I hit the alarm and then it goes into red alert mode and everybody runs out. So yeah. Okay, so that's Meteor Strikes. That's claiming and unclaiming rooms. I think that's about all we've got, really. Like, so one thing that, I did want to make clear, Matt alluded to it. Matt did a bunch of AI and pathing fixes. There's still more to come. Obviously, our AI is not completely flawless or anything, but yeah, like there's a whole bunch of just little things about, you know, like how people find routes through things, and just, you know, like you should see people doing weird stuff less and less, things that don't make any sense, or like, why did they do that? They just killed themselves by walking into this, you know, dangerous room or something. So lots of little improvements on there, because we know people have been asking for that. And what other sort of things do we got? Look, you can, by the time you're seeing this video, there will be a post on the website, Spacebase DF9.com, that has the full change list. It's got just a very exhaustive list of all the things that we added and improved and fixed. So yeah, wow, this is just social hub here. Everybody's chilling out. But yeah, anything else that you'd like to highlight here?
I think that's about it, like you said. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
what we're right now, people will they're a little bit more likely to be able to go through rooms with emergencies in them and so on, but they still
Right.
aren't quite smart enough to figure out how to go around vacuum and so on. So breaches will continue to be difficult to deal with until I think January at some point. The kind of neat thing that I think though about the AI improvements is as you stop having to fight with the AI as much, then we can make you fight with real things. So you can
Yeah.
amp up the challenge by adding meteor strikes, by having things explode in
Yep.
horrible ways.
Yep. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And yeah. So that's why meteors don't necessarily cause hull breaches. Is because we wanted to give you, like, we didn't want citizens to be doing like really catastrophically stupid stuff in order to before you had an opportunity to fix that. So so we've got a fully constructed alarm panel here, and I can turn it on, and then these people run panicking out of the room. Then you can turn it off and be like, okay, all clear. And they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? There's another thing that we've added that we can't induce necessarily, like we don't have any debug magic keys or anything to make it happen, but you'll now get people, like when people immigrate to your base, they'll show up in those little shuttlecraft and then just come out in their spacesuits. We've now actually got, raiders will come sometimes like that. Sometimes they'll still dock with your base, or they'll be waiting for you in derelicts, but now we've got, our internal term for them is hostile immigrants, which they're not really seeking to immigrate, they're actually pirates, but they come in from the shuttle, and then they're going to come into your airlock here, and so that's another way that they can lay siege to your base. So that's just another kind of random event sort of thing that will happen, in addition to meteor strikes and docking or immigration events and stuff like that. So that's another thing to look for. It ends up, like you kind of want some. It sort of gives you a greater reason to have like a security person patrolling, in the middle parts of your base, so that when this guy comes in through it, when some raiders come in through an airlock, you have security who can deal with them. And there's some new dialogue written to go with those encounters. I think I also wrote some new dialogue exchanges for just friendly immigration, just because some of the old ones were getting a little stale. Yeah, so lots of little things like that added. And yeah, so this is Alpha 3. We're probably going to push out a minor update. Actually, we can't promise a time frame on when we would do an Alpha 3A, but it would be a minor update that like fixes a few things or something like that. So basically, as soon as we're done with this video, we're gonna push the build and get back to work on those minor updates. There's probably some stuff I missed here, but I think that's about it. And yeah, we hope you enjoy playing this update. It's got some new curveballs to throw at you, and that's like the Christmas holidays are next week, and then we'll be back in the new year with Alpha 4. Not really sure exactly when that's going to be or what it's going to entail, but we've got plans that we're working towards. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Anything that you wanted to add at the end here?
No, see you guys in January.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. This is just another thing. Sorry, doorbell rang. Had to answer a phone call. Whatever. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and for your continued support of Spacebase. And we hope you enjoy this update. Oh yeah, one final thing to add. We switched on Steam Cloud support, so that should work for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's not cross OS, but it should work within. Unless you're doing cross OS play, you'll get Steam Cloud support. And we also added Steam trading cards for those of you who want to participate in the world's 8th largest economy. So yeah.
All right. What do we have a space beer, right?
Yes. Yeah. The trading cards are actually cool. Like we did some cool art for them and stuff. There's the actual cards themselves, and then there's like the emoticons that you unlock, and one of which is a space beer. So you can raise a space beer to people. There's like thumbs up and thumbs down, and like a little space cocktail, and just all these cute little things, and then some profile backgrounds and badges. For people who like, because the reason that we added it was just because it's like relatively easy to, and some people just go absolutely bonkers for that stuff. They just collect all the cards and get the badges and show it off on their profile and stuff. So So that's cool, and we added that.
The stuff Frederick made is all new art. So
Yeah. Our intern Frederick Storm, who did the portraits that you see everywhere in game, he did the art for the trading cards. So look forward to that. And yeah, so yeah, all right. I think that's it. Have a great holiday time, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for continuing to support the game. You can see updates for the game on Spacebase DF9.com. Feel free to join us on the forums. There's a lot of awesome fans there making cool space bases and discussing the game and talking strategies, and just awesome people that we've got in our community. So yeah, thanks a lot, and see you in 2014.